Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing very well on this Wednesday morning. It's a Champions League week. Champions League Wednesday. City are back. Second leg of Copenhagen in the last 16. We take a 3-1 aggregate lead into tonight's game. So we are in a pretty good position. It's obviously a pretty crazy week all around, isn't it? I mean, we have the derby on the weekend, a 3-1 win there, 3-1, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we play Copenhagen tonight. Then we go to Anfield on Sunday. So bearing in mind everything, outside the Champions League, there's probably quite a bit of talk about regarding to tonight, like, rotation. Will Pep have Anfield in the back of his mind? Will he want to get minutes in some players' legs? Who's available? We're going to get into it all, etc., etc. Do us a favor. If you're just joining us now, make sure you've hit that big like button. The goal, if you're watching it on playback or now, is let's try to get 200 likes. So see what it's on. If it's not at 200, you do your bit and help it get to 200 likes, and subscribe if you're new around here. Hope you all enjoyed the panel show yesterday. But Jody Purdy, it's been a while since we spoke. Haven't spoken to you since
since Derby. Yeah, obviously Derby Day was unreal, as we all know. We can all kind of bask in it. Still basking now. I mean, I'm like a turtle in prime sun weather, bro. I've got them lights on me. This light here, bro, and I'm just basking on it, bro. Like that honestly, it's next level to have that United game in the bag, to get done. You know how much I hate Derby Day, because I feel sick before it. But I obviously it went our way, so I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing, and it was a good performance as well. And it's crazy because it was a good performance, but I don't think that was City our best. I don't think it was close to our best. I think we've still got levels to go to get to them Real Madrid performances that we've seen last season and that. So it's exciting to think there's more to still come from this team, other than just dominating them. But like you say, it's an important week because obviously big fixture Sunday. We've got this, which is a big fixture. It's just we've made it less of a big fixture by putting in the groundwork in the first leg. And then obviously we've got Anfield at the weekend. But this is still a knockout game. And that's why the question is in the air of, is Pep going to rotate heavily here because he feels like we've got the job done? Or does Pep go strong, kind of seal the deal, get a goal or two up, or like try, and then take the players off? Because it's an interesting one. There'll be people with different opinions on this.
I mean, because we've had the derby just gone by, and the magnitude of Sunday is so big. Sunday is huge, man. It's the biggest game of the season. Like
Sunday is the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, huge. That it's quite easy to look at tonight as just kind of a stepping stone. Like, we'll do our job and that'll be fine. But you have to pay respect to Champions League. We've been stung by the Champions League plenty of times over the years and lost and been knocked out in positions where we shouldn't have been. Now, I have full faith we'll do what we need to do tonight. And something we've done very well over the years is being able to go from Premier League mode to Champions League mode and vice versa. So I've no doubt that Pep will ensure that the players he does choose are in the right frame of mind. But, like, I mean, look, Copenhagen have a tough task. They've to come to the Etihad, and if they want to knock us out in normal time, they've got to score 3, don't they? And hope we don't score at all. Do I think that's a possibility? Probably not. I just don't.
I don't think it's a possibility either. I don't think. I just can't see it. I can't see Copenhagen beating us 3-0.
No. It's a tough one, really, because, like, look, they're a decent team. They proved that a bit in the first leg. They came through a group of Galatasaray, Bayern Munich, and Manchester United. So they're here on merit. I just don't see a world. I think it needs to be just a comprehensive professional performance from Manchester City. Like, I would rotate if I was Pep. But our rotation team, or team with rotated players, still has the capacity and still should do the job against Copenhagen. I mean, after this round, it's going to get a lot more serious. Bayern Munich have just qualified. PSG have just qualified. I'd expect Arsenal to qualify. I would expect them to do their job against Porto. You've got Real Madrid. So I don't know after this game how many more opportunities we're going to get at all for the remainder of the season, unless you get maybe a Coventry or someone in the FA Cup semi-final to rotate a little bit. So I don't know what you think about that. Is it kind of full rotation mode? Are you going Sergio Gomez and them, man, or are you going just take a few key Donnies out and see how it goes?
I think a few key players out, but I still think Sergio Gomez could be getting game time. Not sure though, because of how little he has played. I kind of want a mixed lineup, in my opinion, because we still need to get the job done. Like, do you know what I mean? It still needs to. If we go too ham with rotation and start starting like Mika Hamilton, things like that, like all the proper youngster players. If you start rotating that, then you're allowing Copenhagen the chance. You are basically handing them a lifeline, saying, "Yeah, well, look, we've just fielded all of our youngsters. You go try and." Basically, they've got more of a chance to score against those than our full strength 11. I don't want us to go full strength because players are tired. Pep referenced it in his press conference that players are getting tired after these few games. Obviously, Rodri's played a lot of football. I just think it'll be the standard rotated 11. I think maybe with just a few of the key players out, you could rest KDB, rest Stones, you could rest Rodri. Phil Foden potentially gets a rest. It's the lineup would be good anyway. I predicted lineup anyway because it's going to be a difficult one to choose.
It is a difficult one to choose because we're at that stage of the season now where you have to be really careful with your selection and take every little opportunity you get to rest players. Now, whether that means you start certain players and you try and kill the game off, like City fan in the chat says, why not go full strength, win the game in the first half and substitute the key players for Sunday?
That's the other side of it. That's genuinely the other side of it. Like, people will agree with that. They'll start the full strength team and then take them off.
But I think there's certain players that don't need to feature at all tonight. Rodri for one, I don't think he needs to start. I'd happily play Mateo Kovacic in the number 6. Rodri after tonight essentially has to start every single game from here on in. I don't know how many Premier League games there are left. There's 11 or 12 maybe. Is that what we're at
11,
about now?
11, I think. We're on game week 27. So
he has to play every single one. Champions League, he effectively has to play every single one unless we win the first leg of our next round 3 or 4-0. FA Cup, he kind of has to play every round there, or at least start against Newcastle and then see who we get. So I'm kind of saying maybe like Kovacic, he's playing quite well as of recently, so I'd have no issue with that. I'd probably play Haaland I'd continue to play Haaland, let him keep getting himself up to fitness and keep improving on his form. De Bruyne, I'm not too sure. I kind of like the idea of resting him for the weekend. I mean, Haaland did the press conference, so that would suggest he's going to start anyway, doesn't it?
It suggests he'll start, yeah. But it could be one of them rare occasions where it's just Haaland is doing the press conference and doesn't start. Every year there seems to be one. There's always one where they have a press. Most of them, if they're doing the press conference, they're playing the game. That's usually the Bible. That's the gospel for it. But it's not this time, innit? Like, well, it's not been on a few occasions, and I'd be really surprised if Haaland started again. But then Pep, it's Pep. Pep knows, like, Pep respects his competitions enough to be playing the big dogs.
Yeah.
Personally, I just thought Alvarez would play.
I've got Haaland's quotes here from the press conference. I mean, Haaland never does this kind of stuff. Like, he hates.
It's rare to see Haaland on a press conference.
He hates media, so it's kind of like, look. Normally, I don't pay too much attention to press conference quotes because they kind of are what they are. It's the same sort of shit said week in, week out. It's kind of why we binned off the press conference streams, really, wasn't it? Because you're not getting a huge amount from them. But Haaland, when he does them, it's kind of worth reading a bit through. I mean, the first quote here is, "I came here and won it all." So he's starting off with a bang. You know what I mean? I came here and won it all. Look, the thing with Haaland in these press conferences, the press don't give a fuck what he has to say about the match. They don't. They have no interest in what he has to say about Copenhagen. It's quite clear all they want to know about is his future at Manchester City. Like, we have a hold of Erling Haaland here. We have a golden opportunity to pick his brain, see what he's saying. And he does speak about it. He says, "I'm 23 years old. I'm won everything, and I got a taste of it. How it is to win, and how I work is that when I feel this, I want to win it again." He speaks a bit about Messi. People say I'm good at scoring goals, but I missed the biggest chance. He knows that chance he missed against United is a pretty. As
a stinker.
It's a bit of a stinker.
Yeah, that'll haunt him at night. That for years.
But as I said, the main thing that they wanted to know about Haaland was his thoughts moving forward, and here he is on transfer links. I'm really happy at Man City, especially with the people, the manager, the directors, the board, a group of amazing people. Tomorrow, you never know what the future brings, but again, I'm happy. You can write this, but I'm happy. My focus is mainly now on the pitch. There's a lot of games. Two days ago, a derby, now the Champions League, Sunday's Liverpool, so I think I should focus on that. Now, there's not a lot to work with there, but the media found a way to work with it. I saw a lot of headlines and a lot of outlets running with Haaland's not ruling out Real Madrid. Haaland's not ruling out leaving Manchester City. Is he thinking about next season? And then you had Goldbridge saying there's no way Haaland's going to be there in 2 years. And this is why we can't let the fucker do media, because people just go ham with his quotes.
Yeah, but they've been said. They say this that like what Goldbridge says there. They said that about everyone. Said about the Sheikh. Said about Aguero. Said about that. So they say everyone that's good that comes to Manchester City. Oh, no way they'll be there in 2 years. Absolutely no way. They'll go off to Real Madrid or Barcelona. There's no guarantee that happens. Haaland might love it here. I might absolutely love it and just be like, you know what? Don't see a reason to go anywhere else. They said it was the same with Pep. When Pep first came, they're saying, shit, his style of football can't work in England. And then, when his football does work in England, they say, right, well, they're only going to be here 2 years. Only going to be here 3 years. Do you know what I mean? He'll leave at the end of his contract. Like, and look at him, he's 8 years in. Like, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees that, like, it's not a yes, Haaland's going to leave in 2 years. There's nothing like that. But I agree. I think Haaland on press conferences, maybe that's why we don't see it a lot. Because he's always going to get asked those questions and it's always veered away from actual football. You know, it's been ages since Haaland's been on anything press conference-wise because they're still talking about Ballon d'Or questions to him. So, I think it's smart from City to just keep him out of that side of it. Let him focus on the game, on his game, sorry, and just kind of separate him a little bit because, like you say, media circus just goes wild as soon as he says anything. The fact that he says, of course he's not, but just for people like the newspapers, he's not ruling out Real Madrid and that. Of course he's not ruling out Real Madrid. Right? He's not going to burn his bridges. Say, I fucking hate Real Madrid. Me, I'm never going there. Imagine. What do you think about going Real Madrid? Pff, nah, dead club. Don't like it. Like, bro, why would you do that? It just doesn't make any financial sense.
No, you're not going to get any player in world football coming out and saying mid-season, nope, never going there. Likewise with a manager, like they're never going to just shut down anything. Really, you're always going to get the same answer. I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on the next game, and it just gives fuel and ammunition. I mean, look, Haaland's in this really elite category of footballers and profiles that when they do press conferences, they go a bit wild, and the press are just there like vultures. So you have to protect them as much as possible. Like Mbappe rarely does press conferences. Ronaldo rarely did press conferences. Messi rarely did press conferences. Like, pre-match stuff like Champions League, random Premier League games, because it's just a nuisance for the player and for the club and the attention it attracts. Now he's probably contractually obliged to do like a minimum amount, so he's probably just filling his contractual duty.
The quota in it.
Yeah. So I think you won't see Haaland on a press conference again for a long time because
I agree.
It's just a nuisance, man. He doesn't need that. We don't need that. Pep doesn't need that. My personal opinion is do I believe Haaland will stay forever? You don't know. You never know. But I believe both him and Pep will sign an extension of some sort. How long, what the terms of that extension will be, I have absolutely no idea. As I always tell you, people, I'm not ITK. You don't have to take anything I say as gospel. I just tell you what I hear through the grapevine, that City are trying to open up or advance with talks with both of them. Don't know how far along, don't know what the terms are, don't know anything about it. I just know all parties involved are happy to at least talk about it. So look, there's positives. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about what people say. People are going to talk regardless. People want to see the back of this guy. People want to see the back of us. So it is what it is, man. Let's get back to the game. Make sure you've all hit the like button. Nearly 200 in the building. As I said, the goal is 200 likes on these streams. That's the new thing. 200 likes, man.
And you can't make it possible. Well, most of these people can make it possible right now. I mean, there's millions of people in here now.
You hit the like button right now. We can get close to our goal of 200. How do you feel about the run-in we're on now, but more specifically with a Champions League focus? Obviously, I would imagine, and I have full faith we'll get past Copenhagen tonight. Then you're into the quarterfinals where we see our route to the final, hopefully. And you throw in the Premier League complications with it as well. The pressure of trying to win that. How do you feel about the Champions League as a competition? Is it your priority? Is it one that you're like, do you feel better about winning the Champions League than do the Premier League? Like, where's your head at?
See, I had a good conversation with Big Steve about this, and he said he'd first with Champions League this year.
I was like, show last night with Martin, Mulv, and Joe. They all said they'd rather the 4-peat.
I'd rather the 4-peat.
So would I.
But then Big Steve's argument because obviously I don't have I can't to play Big Steve's role in this, like to play the devil's advocate. He saying Champions League. He said because people remember a back-to-back Champions League more than they will a 4-peat. He said if you get a 4-peat, it's done. Like no one cares. He said give it a bit, no one cares. He said back-to-back trebles. It's the Champions League. It's massive. See that people know. But for me, I want that 4-peat, man. I watched 38 games a season. I want to win that trophy. I like the Champions League. I love the idea of winning the Champions League back to back. I think it's incredible. We're fortunate to be in a position that we can talk about doing both. We can talk about the idea of winning the Champions League again and winning the Premier League. But if I had to choose, I'd 100% be choosing the Premier League.
I think after this Premier League, should we win it, my mind would probably flip to full Champions League mode. I'd be like, I want to start racking up European Cups. I know racking up sounds like such an arrogant term, but I want to start, building up that European pedigree further. But this season is like, look, you have the chance to do something no one's ever done. Clubs have won back-to-back Champions Leagues. Liverpool and Forest have won back-to-back Champions Leagues. Real Madrid have done back-to-back Champions Leagues. Clubs have done it.
I mean, didn't Real Madrid do the 3-peat of Champions Leagues?
3-peat, man. 3-peat.
Zidane.
So,
I mean, it ain't. Yes, it's special, and it is. It's. Everyone knows that Real Madrid did that 3-peat of the Champions League, so it does hit different It does hit different when you if you're back to back or three-peat of Champions League, but nobody has ever done a four-peat.
Nobody ever will.
Four-peat for me.
If we win 4 in a row this season, it will never in our lifetimes be done again. Never.
It's such a rare occasion in the Premier League because the Premier League is such a difficult competition.
Exactly. And there's always so much competition, and there's always cycles starting and cycles ending. So, look, like we are in the fortunate position where we can do both, but we got to get over Copenhagen tonight. I mean, look, if Pep does choose to rotate, which I believe he will in some shape or form, we don't know how much or how little, there's a real opportunity. There's a real opportunity for some players to, put down a marker. We talk a lot about players taking their opportunities and those who haven't. Not many haven't, to be fair, over the years, but like Calvin Phillips, you know what I mean? This is the kind of game where you'd have been looking at Calvin Phillips a year ago saying this is your chance to step up and prove something and, try and get your name in Pep's mind for the run in. So you're looking at players like, I don't know, Mateus Nunes, Kovacic, who else is there? Maybe Oscar Bob, Alvarez even is probably in there now because he hasn't started a few times recently. It's a big, big chance for some of these players to put in a big European performance and get their names in Pep Guardiola's mind and earn some trust from Pep Guardiola, because the reality is, look, even though we do see some consistency in selection in the last few weeks, you can kind of start to see what I call Pep's championship team being built, his 11 men that he wants week in, week out. We're going to see injuries. We're going to see suspensions. We're going to see issues arise. So we are going to have to rely on, while we're in 3 competitions, a bit of squad depth. We're going to have to call upon some of these players and hope that they can do a good job. So I suppose it's just a great opportunity to see some of these players and see what minerals they're made of regarding these next few months, because none of these guys have experienced what we're about to experience over the next two and a half months. The next 2.5 months is grueling. It makes you feel ill. It's made me go grey over the years, taking years off my life. So what are you made of?
I found a few grey hairs as well.
Yeah, but you're actually, I won't bait out your age. I won't age bait you, but you know what I mean?
I know. I'm 29.
42, man.
42. 40 party. Yeah. I'm finding grey hairs, man. It's stressful life being a City fan, isn't it? But obviously we are blessed. We are blessed to follow this team. But I agree, man. I agree. Yes, it's great party time. How you doing, bro? I agree. I agree. It's a big opportunity for players to step up and show that they need to be in contention. This is around the time of the year where Pep finds his strongest 11. So go throw your name out there, man. And I agree. Players like Oscar Bob and that, I think they've got a chance to do that. Sergio Gomez not so much. Oscar Bob though, definitely. I think it's a big opportunity for him. I'd be looking at Oscar Bob tonight, definitely, to start. Well, especially with the news. Obviously, this was kind of like an out there one that we didn't really know about. But I think he's injured, isn't he? Jeremy Doku's injured, so don't know what he's done. But he was missing in training, so we do have a free spot there. If you wanted to rest someone like a Phil Foden, I'd be throwing in someone like an Oscar Bob. If you didn't want to play Phil Foden on the wing.
I'm a big fan. I don't know about you, bro. I'm a big fan of Oscar Bob.
Same.
I really
I think he's got a really high ceiling.
He does. I think he's going to go very far in the game, and I think he's going to be one of those kind of players that makes it at Manchester City. I really believe he's going to make it. So, look, tonight is another. I think he kind of has to play, doesn't he? Unless he goes maybe Nunes on the left.
He could, and that is a viable option as well, because he did look good when he played on it off the left the other week. So much so that a lot of people he was in the conversation for playing on left against United. So it could just be a Nunes left thing. Which, now that I think about it, kind of works. That kind of works for me. That.
Yeah. Big up Lou back with the.
It's just Lou back, mate. He's back.
Lou back is back. Yes. I think we'll go fairly strong with only a few players getting rest who need it. Pep takes Champions League seriously, especially knockouts. That's why I'm not sure, Lou, on the level of rotation that we'll see, because Pep has learned over the years you do have to respect the competition, and things can go fairly south. Like, I mean, look, it's not what we're envisaging, but an early goal for Copenhagen, and suddenly the tie is somewhat back on. You know what I mean? The tie is really, really back on, and City have to to up their levels. It's not a game where we can just cruise through and Copenhagen aren't going to do anything. Copenhagen have to come out. Do you know what I mean? Tonight they have to come out from the blocks. They have to come out firing, and they have to go and chase the tie. So if that does work for them, and they punish us early doors,
that's the thing. Thai MCFC makes a good point. Yeah, she's leave back by the way for 16 months.
Someone's banging on my front door. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. He's in demand. Ty, you make a good point, mate. Don't expect Copenhagen to roll over us. Pep will go strong. And this is the thing that you've got to throw into it. Like, I think Pep respects the competition, as Lou says there. Pep does respect it, and that's why I don't think it's going to be just all the youngsters playing. I don't think it's going to be a full rest, a full rotation team. I personally think it's going to be a few key players, just a few. As Lou Beck says, I think it'll be Taxman coming after Hugh. Yeah, guy's not been paying his tax, man. He's he's gonna get arrested. He's just been raided, man. I think we can expect to see players like Rodri be rested, because I think Pep trusts Kovacic a little bit more now, and I do as well. I think he'll do well in that CDM role. I think Rodri's gonna be playing every game in the season, like Hugh said. So there's not really much chance for him to get rest from now onwards. So I'd be playing him. I'd be resting Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne is a shout to be rested. We need to protect him at all costs. And obviously we've still got Phil Foden who's been smashing it. So for me, it'd be Rodri, Kev getting a rest. I think you could see John Stones get rested. And I think, despite Erling Haaland, then again, I think he might just go with Haaland. He might just go with Haaland anyway, because the issue that you've got is you don't want to go too. You don't want to rotate too much. You rotate too much, it's not Pep. He'll respect the competition of it, and I just don't see it. I don't see him full rotating at all. I can't see it. I think Haaland will start. We're just saying who yeah, tax man. It's about time. We're just saying then, like, what players do you expect to be rested?
Rodri, De Bruyne, and Foden. Just those three are the ones that I expect to be rested.
I was thinking Rodri, De Bruyne, Stones. It'd be my three.
I could see Stones too. I could definitely see Stones too. Like Stones is one of those players that you have to be, you have to wrap and bubble wrap as much as possible when you can, because look, as brilliant as he is, he's very, very injury prone, John Stones. And if we do want to fight on the fronts that we want to fight on, we need John Stones, and we need John Stones feeling good about himself. So yeah, I could see it. I think Diaz starts. I think Vardiol is back in training. Could we see him start?
Vardiol's fully back, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if he started, maybe on that left-hand side. You could have a Diaz, a Kanji, Vardiol.
I've seen a lot of people, man, not City fans now, to be fair, not City fans. A lot of people just throwing shade on Vardiol. Like,
yeah, people don't like him, man. But, yeah, I mean, I think you got to give him time.
He's young, man. He's really young.
He's 21.
He's new. He's 21. Like, he's a baby compared to most players in that squad. So you got to give him time. I'm a big fan of Vardiol, and tonight's the kind of game that he needs. You know what I mean? Another game where there's not ridiculous pressure because we have that comfort of a 2-goal lead. But it's a good one for him to keep working and keep developing at Manchester City. So we'll have to see. I don't think Gomez, Real Mario. I don't think Sergio Gomez starts.
I don't see Gomez. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine for him being here, do you know what I mean? But his career at City isn't it's a non-starter, man. Like he's just kind of biding his time. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate it didn't work. Time to go. Yes, Mojis, mate. Vardiol and Doku shade is mad. It's year one Pep tax. I agree.
It is. I agree. It is. If you're writing off City players and calling them flops after less than a year at the club, you don't know ball. You don't know
head
ball.
Wobble. Osmodis makes a good point. Rico Lewis needs minutes. Feel like it's been a lifetime since we've seen him.
Yeah, I could see Rico.
Rico over Walker. Rico over Walker. Diaz, Akanji, Vardiol.
Yeah. Well,
should do an 11. Should just do an 11 now. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because we can do We can throw in a full 11 now, a predicted 11. Chat, let us know your predicted 11s in the chat. And also, if you don't agree with what we're doing, make sure you let us know so that we can hold that L. We've been quite good this year, you know, bro.
We have.
We've been quite good. We've been 1 or 2 off on a few occasions.
We've proved our ball knowledge this season, so
we have proved it, bro. Leeds FC, got led. Right. So as you know, we always just format it on a standard 4-3-3, but we know the inverters in that. We know the inverters.
If we're going with Rico and Vardiol, which one steps forward?
Rico steps forward,
and Vardiol plays left of the back three.
Yeah, which stinks because I don't see it happening. I think it'd be like, how is he Kyle Walker and Vardiol basically being left wing and right wing? It'd be like that, but then you don't have a Rodri to slot in that CDM, into that centre back role.
Fahad says, big up Fahad, man. He says, I don't see rest for the back four line. I don't see rest for the back line. So he thinks we're going to go with essentially the strongest back four that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. The derby, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Ake.
Kimmich, CDM, Real Mario. I'd love to get Kimmich. Don't want to be too reckless with the changes, says James as well. Yes, Fahad, bro, with the super chat, man. I appreciate it. It's so difficult, man. It's so difficult. I think, we know that Ortega's going to be in net. Well, do we know that Ortega should be in net, is what I should say. Whether or not he will, I don't know.
Ortega will be. But just a reminder, we're only on 100 likes now, and there's 250 in the building. The goal is 200 likes, man. So if 100 of you out of that 150 that haven't done so, hit the like button. We'll hit our goal of 200. So make sure you've hit the like button on this stream. Ortega will play, won't he? You'd imagine he'll play?
Ortega should play. Competent enough, and it's more game time for him. You know what I mean? Edison's the main man. But...
I think it's a hard one to predict, this one, man. It's a hard one to predict.
Osmodis says Vardio won't start. He'll get his minutes later on in the game, and that is a shout. That is a shout. I think you're back to Diaz, Akanji. I don't think Stones plays.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd just rest Stones, man. If he got injured, I'd be gutted.
Yeah. Think about it, chat. As much as you want to see the back four have some consistency, you have to be so careful with John Stones. You really do. The guy's not made of steel. Do you know what I mean? He may be called John Stones by name, but he's not made of cement by nature. So
Stones by name, not by cement by nature. That's funny.
It's a bar, man. It's a bar.
It's a bar.
He's not, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've learned the hard way with Stones over the year. Every season, Stones has bad injuries in him. So it will be quite detrimental for Stones to pick up another bad injury now. I'd rather John Plaster. I'd rather he has his injuries that he always has at the time he did. Now is not the time. We need John Stones at Anfield, stepping into the middle this week, being the extra man at Anfield. So I'd rest him, man. I'd rest him.
RC's got a good lineup there. He's got Big Steve in net. He's got me and you with Haaland and Silva as a front line, which I think would be quite good. That, bro.
Yeah,
John Glass. We've not had any game time yet. You know what I mean? It's about time we got picked.
A bit unfair, really, from Pep, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Pep out. Lauren says Ortega, Diaz, Akanji, Vardiol, and Rico is what we was kind of saying then. Because then Ake gets rest. It's still a strong back line. Rico is the guy who'll push up into the midfield. I think Rico Lewis starts.
I think he does too.
Lauren, that's 3 early subs then. Nah, or just 1 early sub for Big Steve, mate. I don't think he's got that goalkeeper in him.
So then Vardy on the left.
Yeah. Then you're getting Stones and Ake both get rested, which I think will be clutch. Walker gets some rest. basically just to give Rico Lewis game time.
I want to see Vardiol play left of the back three. I want to see
Same.
Vardiol just play as a defender. I don't
As an
like we
actual
saw.
defender, not left
Yeah,
wing mode.
yeah. I don't need to see him doing his best impression of Jeremy Doku. I want to see Vardiol doing what he's best at, or what he's known for being best at, which is just out and out defending. So I'd love to see him be given the opportunity to just defend and let Rico. We know Rico is good at stepping into midfield and being an extra man there. Because he's technically good enough and he understands the game very well. It's not Vardiol's thing, at least right now, at this stage of his career, to be, moving forward and getting involved. So let the guy defend, I say.
Yeah.
Let him defend, man.
I agree with that. Lou there says, does Al-Sega play Champions League? I don't know if your rest is starting to keep at this stage, which is true, and it is a fair point. Edison, it wouldn't surprise me if Edison starts at all, but for me, I'm just throwing Ortega in anyway, just to get him some more game time. And you are right, 3-1 isn't like some major lead. The game isn't over at 3-1, but it's near enough. It's near enough done. So
one goal.
A goal seals the deal, and you could see that from their faces as well. That when we scored that third, but yeah. So I think we rest, but I think it's important to have still, your big game players in there, like. You still basically it's hard because our rested team, our second team, is still a very good team. So CDM wise, personally, I'd say Kovacic. Don't think Rodri starts.
I agree. I think rest Rodri, because Rodri has a massive 2.5 months ahead, or 3 months ahead, doesn't he? Like I said, he kind of has to play every single game over the next 3 months. So
he's going to play all the games. So it just makes sense to play Kovacic. Also, Kovacic has been playing really well, so I'm happy for him to get another start today, and I trust him.
So do I. Would you just slightly further ahead down the line? Would you start Kovacic in the Newcastle game, the cup game?
I don't know.
No, the draw, James, is on the 15th of March for the next round.
Is it? I didn't know that. When's that? Next Friday?
According to boss man Freddie Pye, it is on the Extra.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, because you've got next week's fixtures to go ahead. I mean, next week you've got Arsenal, games like that. They need to get their outcomes before we can get into the rest of it. Yeah, I'm not sure about playing Newcastle. That midfield, bro. I don't know what to do. My brain wants to rest Phil Foden. What about time?
Okay, we'll go for this one anyway. We got Kovacic. I have a feeling,
bro. I think Alvarez might start in the midfield and Haaland plays up top.
I think Alvarez Nunes for some reason, or Alvarez Bernardo, or Bernardo on the right wing, and I think Alvarez Nunes, and it's gonna stink.
I think Kovacic and Nunes will play. I think Haaland will play. I think Alvarez will play. I think Bernardo. I think you could see Bernardo in there. I think the front three will be. Will it be Oscar Bob? Is it too much to go Oscar Bob? Actually, I think the front three will be Oscar Bob, Haaland, Bernardo. The midfield will be Nunes and Alvarez. And that's ham that.
That's what I'm saying. I've done a full 180 in my head. I've decided that the midfield is Nunes and De Bruyne. You can't rest everyone.
No. I think it's far too much to just rest every single player. I think Nunes, Alvarez. So what you're saying, Nunes, Kev? Would you not sooner play? Then again, Foden. I know Foden is all right, but
then you're a front three: Bob, Haaland, Bernardo.
Bob, Haaland, Bernardo, Kovacic, Nunes, Kev.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll put it in, and we can visualize. I'm a visual learner, chat. I'm a visual learner.
Yeah, but Elder, Alvarez, midfield, Haaland, striker. I agree. I think Alvarez, this would be the 7th game in a row or something, or 6th game in a row that Alvarez hasn't started.
Yeah, there's method to that. It's the fact that I think Pep's clocked that Alvarez ain't a midfielder. This is it.
I mean, I like it, but I think that you know what you might actually see? I think you might see Nunes play that left wing spot instead of Oscar Bob, and you'd see Alvarez in that Nunes slot, and Bob doesn't start at all.
Oh, damn.
Which would be a shame. I think Nunes could play there, and I think Julian Alvarez plays there. I think you could see that. And then, yeah, wait. No, because then Kev's in there. Wait, yeah, Kev's in there. Oh, shit, yeah, Kev's there. So then, yeah, nah, Kev can't be in there. Kev can't exist in this. We're shit at this. We're shit. Kev can't. Kev will get rested, certainly. Like, well, I say certainly. I don't actually know. Obviously. No, I'm not. ITK,
make your mind up, brother.
Alvarez, Nunes. I am lost in the sauce, mate. I forgot that thing is there. I forgot Kev's there. What could help out that midfield if Kevin De Bruyne's not in there? Phil Foden, but then Phil Foden's got injured. He done his leg, and I'd like to see him get arrested. I want Kev. Bernardo Silva works in that midfield. Kovacic, Silva, Alvarez. But then I could just see the same as Kovacic, Nunes, Alvarez, and Bob on the left. Nunes right, Bob left.
What about that?
I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. But then you're playing Phil Foden, innit? Like, which is ham.
I think we're going to have to play one of Foden or De Bruyne. Pick your poison.
Chat, what are you saying? Help.
We're on 130 likes, so we're 70 off our goal of 200, and there's nearly 300 in the building. So if 70 of you hit the like button, we'll hit our big goal of 200, and then Jordan will pick 100 of you to give £100 to. So hit the like button, get us up to 200, and bankrupt.
Bag of cash here is ready to go, man. Ready to go. I can't spend it myself. There's a letter on it that says Johnny Poddy cannot spend. Hugh's not in the country.
Nope.
Ollie's not seen it yet. I'm not showing him, and Freddie, I'm keeping it away from him because he'll buy off-white clothes with it.
No, I start buying like shit from the city merch shop, like little tiny footballs and alarm clocks and stuff.
F1 like this.
Remember he spent like 300 quid that day on merch from the shop.
Yeah, man. Freddie spent 300 quid on a club shop. And didn't walk in with a full City tracksuit on, which is a shame. Yeah, Foden has a knock, which is why I wouldn't risk Foden.
Well, then Kev plays, in my opinion. The Kev plays.
What about Gomez left wing? No, I'd prefer Oscar Bob to play left wing than Sergio Gomez. I think you could see Kovacic, Alvarez, Nunes in the midfield. Is that two out there? Kovacic, Alvarez, Nunes.
Yes, in my opinion, it is. I think one of Foden or De Bruyne will play. You can't just go full ham and put out the full complement of substitutes. You know what I mean?
And I do see what you're saying, but and Pep will take this very seriously.
Oh yeah.
Craig Party says Rico Lewis in the midfield role alongside Kovacic worked a lot in the last game that they played with Walker at right back.
What was the last game they played?
Can't remember. But I think that was probably the last time Rico Lewis played. He's not been there for time. That's why Rodri will start. If Rodri starts, you can kind of allow a Nunes in. You could play Rodri, Kovacic,
Nunes.
Well, your midfield could be Rodri, Kovacic, and Alvarez, and then your front three can be Nunes, Haaland, Bernardo. But how can we just keep playing Rodri in every single game? Kyle Walker playing all the time.
Rodri has to rest, man. Rodri has to rest. It's a public appeal. Rest Rodri.
Rodri has to, yeah, but so does Kevin De Bruyne's got the public appeal.
Not as much because he had 6 months off, didn't he?
Right, we're just gonna have to start polling this. Chat, you're gonna have to help us out. You're gonna have to help us out. We're gonna have to start polling it. Right. Who starts in midfield, like in CDM, I should say, Rodri or Kovacic, because it's only gonna be one of them two. Right, there you go, chat. You have that. You vote. We can't sit on it forever. My brain is absolutely fried. We both got 5 different ideas each. So chat, help us. Kovacic is 93% so far. I think Kovacic is definitely starting. I think
he's number 6.
Kovacic will be CDM mode.
I think this is the team.
Joseph, Doc, who's injured, didn't train, mate.
Yeah.
And Alvarez, I don't think, have we seen Alvarez on the right yet?
Nope.
So Kovacic starts, right? We can just allow this like instantly. Yeah, Kovacic is going to start. This is going to be a very interactive team lineup. There, the back line, I don't think anyone has got any issues with.
No, shouldn't.
We're sound with that. It's the rest of it that's hard. Since when do we play 4-3-3? Yeah, this is just like the standard starting formation. Do you know what I mean? We do play like a bot formation.
Well, if you want a city formation, you can start doing all this mad shit.
Yeah.
There you go. There's our formation. Whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. Could you see Foden, Alvarez midfield, Bernardo on the right?
Could do. You could see Bernardo, Nunes, Haaland, Foden, Alvarez, Kovacic. Leave back. We play a standard 2-8. Yeah. Oh yeah, you put Walker in the opposition box. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The very traditional 2-8.
Right. So we've come to the conclusion that Kovacic is starting in that midfield role. And then what you do is you go to make it simpler. Who plays left wing? Right, Bob. Or Mateus Nunes, right? This is going to basically determine a lot of things.
Come on, chat, man, get involved. Make sure you hit the like button. Get involved in the poll. This is up to you now.
Oh, that's decent, Craig. Well, yeah, I'd probably say he wouldn't start this game though. Still, but yeah, that's good to know. It's good to know that he's not actually just dusted. So you're starting Oscar Bob in this game, or you're starting Mateus Nunes left wing. Yeah, the formation is more of a 3-2-4-1, which is right. Mm-hmm. Which is to be fair, you could make that there. You could all it is pushing Rico Lewis next to Kovacic. Yeah, and then just slam the other ones in the midfield role. And to be fair, it might help us pick like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then bring back Mateus Nunes and Silva into and then push forward and thingy a little bit further forward, and you got like a flat line of the 4. That is like the City formation.
Yep. Okay, there you go. For the OCD merchants, there's your
Take that, OCD merchants. So in this, are you playing? So Rico Lewis can invert next Kovacic, which I like. I like that. It'll work. Gvardiol staying back with Akanji and Diaz. Like that. Akanji being in there as well. I'm fine for. Ortega in there. I'm fine for. Could be Edison, but all in all, I'm not asked about that.
I like this team.
I think that could be it, bro. I was just sat there looking at it going, hey, this could be it.
The only difference I could see is Bob for Nunes. Everything else seems normal to me. What's the poll saying for Bob for Nunes?
Well, everyone's saying Bob.
Okay, we'll give them Bob.
We'll give you what you want, chat.
We'll give you Bob, man. Hit the like button and you can have Bob. That's what Pep said.
Pep said it himself. He messaged me just then. Right?
That's it.
Then so you've got your Kovacic and Rico Lewis like inverted like that. You've got Bob, and also this is very fluid. You've got Bob in there, Foden there, Alvarez in there, Bernardo Silva in there, and then Haaland up top.
Yep. I'm happy with this team. I don't think we need to think anymore. I think that's the one.
Herbal said, James, I think we can guarantee this team is not starting killer. Mate, everyone said this to us last time, and we got it right.
Yeah.
we got it right when everyone said this last time. Herbal says it's a pretty decent lineup. Where we sure we rest Rodri yet? He was rested fairly recently, and he's known for playing almost every game for us. Yes, but he's also said himself that he can't do that all the time. And I just he's going to be playing pretty much every single game.
Mm-hmm. This is it, man.
Nunes can right wing, right mid, also very. Yeah, he's. I like the idea of Nunes playing, but I think Alvarez definitely plays. I think Haaland will play. Bernardo Silva playing. Phil Foden playing still is giving me bad vibes.
You can't have it all your way, though, bro. You can't rest. You can't rest Rodri, Stones, De Bruyne, and Foden. Too much. And Walker.
Yeah, there needs to be some seniority. But then also, he did get a knock at the week. I know he's fine, but he did get a knock. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Chat. I know it's not going to be right. It's not going to be right. But would you be happy if that team came out?
I would.
I'd be gassed. I think the thing is that's not the right question. That because I think most people would be happy if that team came out. But I think will it be that team? I'm not sure. He went nope. Hell no, nope. Oh, Nunes for Foden. You could see that.
Ooh.
But Mr. Murray just says he doesn't want. He thinks that Foden's got to play.
I just don't know how I feel about this. If you're going to put Nunes in as well, I think it's too.
But then Nunes and Kovacic are too ham. I think Nunes would do bits in that team like that. John Stones gets a rest. Nathan Ake gets a rest. Kyle Walker gets a rest. Rodri gets a rest. Phil Foden gets a rest. Kevin De Bruyne gets a rest. 6 players rested.
I just don't see enough creativity in there. I don't see enough chief creators in there who are going to give service to the poor fellow up front. There's not.
Yeah, it's a lot of rest that. He ain't resting 6 players.
He's not.
Oh, this is honestly, I never thought, right, the second leg of a game where we're winning 3-1 already would be the most difficult lineup that we've had to pick.
Okay, well, we have to submit something anyway to give.
I'm happy to just submit.
I'll submit this as well, and
I'll submit it.
You and Ollie can take the heat on the stream later on.
Yeah, we get it completely wrong. Yeah, push the button, submit it, send it to Pep. There you go. That's just been printed and sent over to Pep Guardiola, and he's gonna play that tonight. So well done, chat.
Well done, chat. Hope you're happy.
Who's it? Hope you're happy.
Right, there you go, chat. That is your team. Ortega, Vardy, Akanji, Diaz, Kovacic, Rico, Bob, Nunes, Alvarez, Bernardo, and Erling Haaland. So
Erling Haaland.
There you go. That's the team, man. That's the team.
It is decent.
Big up Joe Hart, man. Big up Joe Hart.
Yeah, not the other one. Joe Hart gets a big up.
Right. Let's do some score predictions, man. Let's do some score predictions. Chat, start getting your score predictions in the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. What are you saying, bro?
I think we win 2-1. In fact, that first leg, did we play arse in that first leg?
No, we played very well.
Did we miss chance in the first leg? Or was it just a matter of we played really well and then we got dusted because they scored? Yeah, no, we did. We played well and then it was like for God's sake, we've played well, but because they've scored and made it a tight scoreline, it's not over.
We're playing really
I'm
well.
going
really front off.
2-0.
Really well.
I think 2-0.
2-0.
2-0. Keep a clean sheet. And I also think that we won't go up to the heights of like a 6-1 like Craig Party time or anything like that. Just because I think that in the second half we'll make changes if we go strong. Always 3-1 Osmodius.
Like
right. That
3-1 like Osmodius as well.
We have a lot of 3-1s to be fair. We have a lot.
I've got it in my head. It's gonna be a 3-1. So yeah, that's kind of it really. It's all the time for talking is done. It's Champions League time, man. Need to get ourselves in the hat for the next round and find out what the route to the final is, or the potential route to the final is. Just professional performance, City. Get the job done, and we'll move on to Anfield. We'll have loads of content for Anfield over the next couple of days. Lots to look forward to. I'm going to an event on Saturday, am I? I'm going to see the.
Yes.
There's a trophy tour chat in City are taking the trophies all over the world, obviously, and they're coming to Ireland this weekend. So I'm going to make a vlog and bring you guys along with me to see the 5 trophies in Dublin. So there's plenty to look forward to. Watch along tonight. Ollie's there, is he? With you, yeah?
Yeah, boy. 2
boys, Ollie Porty and Jordy Porty. Make sure you guys get in nice and early. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm setting the goal again at 500 likes, and I will not rest until there's 500 likes on a watch along. Take the plastic JP with you.
Take me.
He said he hates Ireland, so he doesn't want to come.
Yo, don't do that to me. I love Ireland. Ireland's mint. Ireland's mint. The Guinness over there hits different. You don't get the watery Guinness that you get over here.
I started drinking Guinness and blackcurrant, man. It's mega.
Guinness and blackcurrant?
Yeah, you put like blackcurrant, dilute like a couple drops of it into the Guinness. It tastes unreal.
Serious?
Yeah, man. I'm putting you on here. Write that down.
Ollie tells me to get a nitro surge.
No. Waste the money.
You and Ollie are gonna have beef, innit? Like about this nitro surge.
Oh, where's Ollie from?
Like round here, my end.
Where am I from?
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Argument one. Argument one. I don't say no more.
Don't try and out Guinness me here, Ollie. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to. It's a gimmick, man. The nitro surge is a gimmick. Do it with Vimto, Jimmy Grimble. I'm gonna have to try that, man. I'm open to experimenting, but yeah. Listen, watch it on tonight. You have Ollie and Jordy Porty. 500 likes is the goal for that. I will do a review either on my own or with Joe straight after the game to give you my thoughts, and we'll talk about what we saw.
Facts. City documentary countdown, yeah, B mate. We're also gonna have content around that City documentary as well. Whether we do like watch parties, because you can do like Netflix watch party things, I think. So we have watch parties with the chat, so we can all watch it together. But we're gonna have like episode breakdowns and things like that as well. Should be good.
Yep, a lot to look forward to. Really looking forward to that. So yeah, listen. Join the watch along later on. Big up to all of you. Hope you all have a very good rest of your afternoons and you're looking forward to watching the Blues tonight. Just drop something. Until then, goodbye.
Bye. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh yeah.
You're listening to the soothe sounds of Jordy Porty and Hugh Murray.
Oh yeah.
This is City Xtra FM.
Oh yeah. Late night drive.
Can I get it? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. In a bit.